Welcome to another Still Speaks video, and we got an exciting match here on Open Palms. It's a classic map. What else can I say? Everyone loves it. I mean, pros love it, and it's just a staple of Supreme Commander 2. And anyhow, guys, a big thank you to Titan RT and Xenos X3X for helping me out with the big project I am doing. So subscribe to those guys, help them out. And speaking of subscribing, check out AlphaX's channel because he made this wonderful eco viewer. Subscribe to him. And checking out things, check out my band's latest song. It's called Watch the World Burn. We're called King of Cups. Click the link down below to check us out on Spotify and maybe even YouTube. I don't know when the video is coming out. Whatever. Just check it out, give us some love, add it to a playlist, and follow us there. And I know I'm rambling so that the players get to build a bit. And also, you got to join the Supreme Commander 2 Discord server. So I'm just talking so that they build and things happen, and I could introduce their build as soon as I see them. So down to the south, we got Awasy spawning in as the purple Aeon Commander, dropping down an air factory first and echoing all the things. Of course he is, and he is scouting. He sees everything that SoulRipper is doing. And speaking of, SoulRipper is spawning in as the yellow Cybran Commander, dropping down what looks like a triple land factory opener. He's echoing all the things, of course. So we got a bit of an air opener for Awasy bombing. Oh my goodness, did you guys see that? That is the mark of great players, actually. Awasy was going for that mass extractor, trying to time it just right for that volley to destroy it. And it is possible to kill a mass extractor that's just budding right before it really starts getting built because the HP is so low. And that's a lot of mass taken out of your opponent's pocket right there. But SoulRipper paused a moment, the bomb missed, and then the engineer started building. Then a second engineer went by to help repair the original engineer. That is top level play. I know it looks small, but that's huge things, both from Awasy and SoulRipper. From Awasy, he was going for that early mech skill with 1 or 2 mass extractors, and not a great split, but those units kind of bunched together there at the very end, and that didn't work out so well for... Oh, again, that SoulRipper kind of bunching him up, but only 1 dies, so that wasn't so bad. An anti-air tower being built here right in the center, going to shoot away these pesky we-do-boths. Yeah, that's going to make sure that they get the heck out of here. Oh, and it gets it. So, SoulRipper, not going to be... Neither SoulRipper nor Awasy could build a point defense at this particular moment. Why is SoulRipper pushing up his engineers? Probably for their radar suite that they have in there. They got a little bit of a radar, an okay split, only really damaging 1. I saw a little splash damage hit. SoulRipper got training 1 on his unit so that they are tougher. Decent split, but a lot of splash damage. Going for that mass extractor, trying to cause some economic damage. And it goes down. SoulRipper... Oh no, that didn't... They bunched up right when the bombing run hit, and a bunch of units just died for SoulRipper. SoulRipper is in deep doo-doo. We got some... Uh-oh! That's a Cybran engineer that got stolen. This engineer is trying to cap... Nope, didn't quite work. SoulRipper brought the engineers up and tried to use them to good effect. However, he just gave his enemy... Well, it was kind of an engineer trade. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but except now Awasy has Cybran tech, which if he decides to go down this Cybran tech tree could be extremely deadly. Having both Aeon and Cybran tech makes, I don't know, it's just a very strong combination, and that could be just bad news. And SoulRipper's floating mass at the moment, he was too busy fighting up front. Yeah, he's gotta use that mass. He's getting a research station. He should be able to afford that. Why isn't it? Oh, wait. There it is. Now, at least this engineer is being used to guard here. I just find that funny. I'd be building, because he's got the mass, I'd be building a Cybran factory somewhere in back here right away. I'd have a Cybran factory up and running immediately. That's a great spot for a radar. It could see practically every little thing on the field since he's Cybran. And these bombers don't really want to go near any anti-air. No, I don't think so. Let's take a closer look. No. No. And no anti-air on the factories. There's an anti-air tower being built to protect everything here. Taking out the energy generator, not the best of targets, but, you know, if you don't have that many air units and you want to do some economic damage, well, there you go. That is annoying. It drops them down to plus 14 energy per second. Very minimal risk. But he could bomb this. Higher risk, but there is a likelihood that it will die. But now that it's built, no. And Awasy going for a research station. Not a terrible choice whatsoever. Not a good place to fly by. You know, he stole that engineer and it's idle. I would be definitely making it do some... Oh. Yeah, he's going to use that Cybran tech. That's going to be crazy. I wonder what he's going to do with it. We better not see experimentals. SoulRipper would have to deal with teleport and like Megaliths or something. I would Rex him. I would send a Rex right up his butt. I'd send a Rex at him just to be all ha he he, look what I got. No, that probably wouldn't have time to make that. And wow, that's actually being built. So it was started to be built by the Cybran engineer, and it's being completed by the Aeon commander. So that research station is being built rather quickly because of that. Yeah, that is... I wonder how the research is going to be calculated here. Yeah, 2 point something, but... Yeah, I mean, that research doesn't necessarily go to... It goes to the Cybran tech tree, because now technically has a Cybran tech tree. Good anti-air placements, really. Ooh, gets the mass extractor gets murked anyway. SoulRipper is behind on mass by more than 1 mass per second, but that may be remedied here with this expansion. Neither players really have an expansion. Like, you can't build in back because your opponent has air. I know I said don't build in back against Cybran. Yeah, that is true. But now Cybran can't just break through, so you can build in back. Ooh, good choice of targets. Oh, and it gets it right before it's done. That is diabolical. 9 hit points is all that it takes. Diabolical. Evil. And actually a really good... That was a great target. Such a smart move. Look how much time that is not making anything. SoulRipper is missing out on the mass. That's building, but that's almost free. Whew. That is... No. 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 So this Cybran engineer is now very, 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 very important. Yeah. We're gonna see some megas, guys. We better not see a cicada. And heaven forbid we see a monkey lord. I like to see the monkey lord. But this is gonna drive me nuts. If I was SoulRipper, this would just drive me crazy. Oh, he's taking care of it. There's no anti-air really to protect this. Oh, he finished it. Okay, I thought he wasn't going to. Okay. Oh, terrible. There's anti-air on this and shield, so protects these mass extractors and the factory. That's a bit annoying, but, you know, Awasy's doing his job. He's still up by 1. He is now expanding out to the side. Sucking up some of that delicious yummy mass. Probably should build on the wreck instead. I can't believe this mega is coming out for Awasy. Awasy is a tried and true Aeon player. 100%. And I would just build a bunch of Brackmen, because you got the tanks with the Brackmen. How strong would that army be at that point, right? You don't have... Now, Aeon with... Oh my goodness, wouldn't it be hilarious with Shotchas? Shotchas and Brackmen? Oh no. Oh no, with some adapters. So, you fill in the blanks here that Aeon don't have, right? You get some adapters and some Brackmen. And now this is going to be unbeatable to get the double shields. Almost unbeatable. It would be really hard to stop this, because you got the tanks that have the range on the bots. You got the Brackmen that Aeon aren't supposed to have. And you got the shields that Aeon aren't supposed to have. That would just be insanity. Double shields on the units and then shields over them. Oh, please, let's see that. But we're probably not going to see that. We're going to see megas, though. We shouldn't be seeing this, but here it is. It's covered in purple drink. Yep. That's an Aeon Megalith. Unreal. Yeah, I wouldn't be building... Yeah, I'd be building more Cybran engineers. I would be going straight for artillery. That would be hilarious. That's what I would do. Go straight for artillery. Hide them back there, and then get 3 of them and just go, ha ha, hee hee. What you thinking, boy? Now the Megalith has been revealed. Very strong. So SoulRipper's getting a mega of his own. Yeah, we're seeing Loyalists for some reason. I'd build Brackmen. Loyalists and Brackmen. Loyalists will be pretty good for fast raids, but I think Harvogs are faster without the upgrades, but with the upgrades, they're about even. I think Harvogs also have the range without the upgrades, so I don't see the point in going Loyalists unless they're going unit detonate, which would actually be super strong. However, I'd get Brackmen because, seriously, Brackmen and adapters with that mega, oh my goodness. Maybe even some Shotchas. That would just be so hard to micro against. With the Yenzu tanks, just imagine trying to micro against that. Not a bad bombing run. See, the Brackman, if he could be shooting back, but he's not. He's just taking L's, taking damage. Man, I would be going straight for that artillery. Aeon artillery, just like in the first game. Aeon artillery was pretty good back in the first game. But Aeon artillery is non-existent in this game. Building yet another gantry. Looks like they're both going for the same tech path. I would like to see this other expansion saturated for Awasy, since he's going aggressively into gantries. Same with SoulRipper. I would like to see, because he can't really build that, I would like to see his expansions go crazy, because he's aggressively building experimentals now. Not much you could do. Now there's a mega. 1 mega versus 2? Nah. Ain't happening. A factory going down. Radar going down. Another radar being built pretty quickly. Smart thing to do. Bombing run. Oh, misses because jump jets. A single mega cannot. Oh, good little jump jet over. Wow, that was a quick. That was quick. 2 dead megas. That's a lovely gift to mass. If an engineer could get to that. That is a delicious yummy gift to mass right there. Bombing run, losing a couple of planes from all that anti-air. Well, maybe just losing one. Yeah, pretty aggressively building megas. Oh, that's a cicada. I was hoping we weren't going to see that, but here we are. We're going to have Aeon cloaking. Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of expansions for Awasy. Awasy is floating a decent amount of mass. Yeah, a lot of mass. SoulRipper's floating mass too, though. Never mind. So adapters there. That's gonna make these 2 megas a lot stronger. But the cicada is going to make this entire army much better. Got to get that mega in position. Got to use that engineer rather than making it sit there. Yeah, that cicada's putting in work. I know it doesn't sound like a very good unit, but it makes it hard for your opponent to shoot back at you. That's why SoulRipper is retreating. This army here could easily destroy that army with the cicada active. You could see it being active when it's doing that little thing. That's why the DLC is so important. The DLC balances the game a whole lot better. SoulRipper researching cicadas of his own. Probably the right way to deal with that. But yeah, they're just building up right now. They're reaching the late stage of the game. That mid game has been long past. And both players are floating mass over 1,000, but now they're using it. Yeah, dumping that mass in, turning it into usable items. Definitely. Oh, well, you can't really expand if your opponent is gonna be right there. Oh, he did suck up that delicious yummy mass. Stat mass, yo. SoulRipper's a pro. You gotta know it. Poor engineer is dead. Wow. Wow. 3 tanks with 1 hit. Yeah, they are slowly moving out. Little bit of a lull right there. But they are slowly, building up land gantries and a bunch of land factories. Lots of Cybran land factories. Why Cybran? Why wouldn't you go Aeon? Tanks are better than bots. Teleport's better than jump jet. So, you may know cicadas can't cloak themselves. That's kind of a game balancing thing. Sounds silly, but it just can't be done in game. Yeah, this army could do a lot of damage. Probably the right thing to go after. Even taking 1 out would be a significant blow. Yeah, that just widens the lead of mass per second for Awasy. So, seriously, good move. So many lasers. And we got jump jetting bots for Awasy. They're jump jetting over each other. Unit Deado. I think this Aeon wants to be Cybran so bad. Don't stop them. I know they got speed reducing power armor, but don't stop them to die like that. That wasn't good. Wow. Oh my goodness, so many megas, guys. Remember, that's Aeon. These are Aeon megas. Like, let's not get it twisted. Let's not forget. And there's the teleport. Lots of point defense right there. They're going to probably try to teleport right here and hit those core mass, which is actually the best thing they can do. You know, that's almost a 10 mass difference per second if you look up there. 40.6 to 32.8. Not a great ratio for SoulRipper. It's not the worst, but, you know, these mass extractors are fully vetted. Lose one, that's going to hurt. The Mega's responding. Units are not splitting. I think this is going to... Yeah, I think this is going to be just fine for SoulRipper. Oh my goodness, look at the damage. Mega falling for SoulRipper. Awasy is actually kind of low on Megas. That's kind of scary. No, he isn't. They're combining. There were two forces. No cicadas, though. So we got antimatter shields for the tanks. We got tanks in back here. Wow. These tanks are soaking up a lot of damage, but a Mega goes down anyway. Wow. I think SoulRipper is going to press his advantage because he's got the cicada advantage. He's got the Mega advantage. I think this might be it. All SoulRipper has to do is just sit there, do damage to these gantries, and I don't think they'll be coming back from this. Yeah, throwing everything he's got literally at him. There's a cicada for Awasy. Freshly off the presses, activates, and SoulRipper's like, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to fall back and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the rest of my units. I'm going to get my flanking group involved. Look how hard it is for, well, okay, that many Megas, they rip right through the adapter shields. But at least that's a few shots. Awasy plus 40 mass per second still. 6 more mass per second than SoulRipper. That is significant, but he did lose a significant amount of stuff right here. He can be sucking up delicious yummy mass with the engineer, and I believe that is what is going to happen here. No. Just going to walk on by and try to expand. I've been waiting for that second expansion. SoulRipper has a frightening number of Megas and cicadas. Just a frightening number. Yeah, that's a frightening army. You don't want to hear that outside your door. Not at 3 a.m. Not at any time, really. Because look how fast buildings are just being nullified. What is this little jump jetting group going to do? Yeah, most of them landed dead. Oh, man. This is going for Awasy? Oh, going after the core mass. Oh, no, he got one. Their mass is slowly evening out. Wow. Yenzu tanks Yenzu tanks annihilated. I mean, of course they were, because look at how many Megas they are. And SoulRipper, I believe, control Ks because, well, you got a few bots in your main base. You don't have an answer for this, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. An extremely exciting match. that was very fun to watch. Both Aeon Tech and Cybern Tech in Awasy's possession, but he still couldn't secure the win because he did not have the production that SoulRipper did, and that's mainly what it comes down to. When it comes to Megas, production and the combination of units you have really matter. If you just have straight Megas versus Megas and Adapters, well, Megas and Adapters typically win unless you have an overwhelming number of Megas. Megas, Loyalists, Brackman, Adapters, like a little bit of a combo like that, works really well. And if you put Megas and Cicadas, that's hard to beat. Megas, Cicadas, Adapters, and some Loyalists to unit detonate, very powerful, very potent. Much better than just straight Megas. Unless you have a bunch, way more than, an extremely overwhelming force. Usually, if the enemies, a bunch of bots get in between them, they can dismantle that. However, with Cicadas and Adapters and other bots, that makes it difficult to do because of unit detonate. So yeah, that was an exciting match. Thank you for sending me that, SoulRipper. Awasy's one of the best players in the world, and so is SoulRipper. So don't go thinking Awasy's a slouch because, he should have won with that tech. Well, yeah, I gave him an advantage, but it didn't guarantee victory. Yeah, he was ahead in mass. Again, doesn't guarantee victory because SoulRipper was able to ramp up his production and effectively use it. Not saying that Awasy wasn't effective. SoulRipper just used it better. So yeah, thank you so much, SoulRipper. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Favorite because it helps me out sending good replays. This still speaks at gmail.com. Or do like SoulRipper did. He joined the Supreme Commander 2 Discord server. He found me on that Discord server and he direct messaged me and he was patient. Or you could go to hashtag replays for still speaks. Upload your replay and at me and be patient. Only do one of those. Do more than one. I'll be confused. Just be nice to me. But yeah, you got to join that Supreme Commander 2 Discord server. There's new maps, brand new maps made by the community for the community. And they are tournaments. If you want to play a tournament, if you want to play against people, with people, that's your place. New maps, need I say more? So yeah. Cue Alphex's ad now.
What? You still haven't joined the biggest Supreme Commander 2 Discord in the world with over 1,000? 2,000? You have General, Hall of Fame, all the YouTube channels, all the YouTube videos, streaming, don't worry about that. Ask for some help, post some memes, send some replays, find a game, dead chat. We even have a channel for all the Xbox Subcom 2 players. So what are you waiting for? Click the first link in the video description or just type Supreme Commander 2 in this thing that nobody will ever use. You should join now!
Comment down below, say something nice about the players, about the game. Just say some kind words about these guys. They are some of the best players in the world, and it was a very fun match. We need more kindness in this world, guys. Let's make it happen. Yeah, if you like what I do and you want to support this channel, the Patreon page, click the link down below to get involved with that. A huge shout out to Akone and Titan RT for being such good patrons. Thank you, guys. And also, if you want to, see all of my past patrons, they're right there. Thank you, Alphax. He was a past patron as well. So, yeah, if you want to support me monetarily and you don't want it to be a subscription service, but it can be, doesn't necessarily have to be, you could give me as little as $5 once and call it a day. I have a Ko-Fi account. Thank you, Nuclear Pizza, Mr. Wizard, Alexander, Dr. Pearl, Anonymous, oh yeah, Chabot, and a huge thank you to Colin 300. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And if you want to support me without spending any money, don't worry, I got you. Just feed the YouTube algorithm, watch my video all the way through because YouTube cares about watch time hours. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that, feeds the YouTube algorithm, helps me out. And if you want to be even more awesome, check out my band, King of Cups. Check out our stuff on YouTube. Click the link down below to do that. Watch all the way through, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, helps me out so much. And if you want to be the most amazing you possibly could be, check out my band, King of Cups, on Spotify. Add watch the world burn to a playlist that you made and listen to it 4 or 5 times through on that playlist. That helps out so much. And follow us on Spotify because it helps us out a lot too, because Spotify cares about listen time, hours, and engagement. You come back to the song multiple times through multiple days, helps us out. You follow us, helps us out so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this show with your friends, family, and foes. You need something interesting to watch as well. And as always, everyone, G.